Have you ever had a moment where you realized you couldn't keep living your life the way it was? For me, that moment came on my 40th birthday. I remember looking around at the people who were there and realizing something that was really hard to admit. Most of them weren't really my people. They were part of the life I was living, but not a true reflection of who I was. And in that moment, I could feel it. And I could see it so clearly. I wasn't living my life as myself. I had become someone I never wanted to be. I had truly lost myself. I had created a life that didn't feel like mine. And I remember thinking, something has to change. I was in a relationship that wasn't healthy, and I knew it. Not just deep down. I knew it in every part of me. I had stayed for longer than I ever should have. But something shifted in me that night. I couldn't ignore it anymore. And once you see your life clearly like that, you can't go back to not seeing it. And what's interesting is, within about a week, everything in my life began to change. I met with a psychic. I found a book about angels. And I began channeling. And before that, I had no idea what I wanted for my life. I had spent so many years letting other people decide that for me. That moment was the beginning of me choosing myself. And this is also where Anna's journey begins to shift. I want to share a short moment from the beginning of Anna Levita. One last glance in the mirror, then a single misstep. I spiral down the stairs. The last thing I remember is a sharp, piercing blow to my head. Sometimes life doesn't change gradually. Sometimes it changes in a moment when you finally see the truth. And that moment can feel uncomfortable, even overwhelming. But it's also the beginning of something new. Because you can't become who you're meant to be until you're willing to see where you're not being true to yourself. Have you ever had a moment where you realized your life needed to change? Sometimes the moment that breaks you open is the same moment that begins to set you free.